Welcome back, Deep Divers. Today, we're going to be taking a deep dive into DeepSeek.
DeepSeek, yeah.
It's this new AI system that's been making waves, a lot of buzz around it, and we thought we'd take a closer look.
Yeah, it's interesting. It seems to be trying to kind of be that comprehensive AI solution.
Yeah.
Sort of, I don't know, instead of just focusing on one thing, it seems to do a little bit of everything.
Right. So it's more like that Swiss Army knife of AI as opposed to just a single tool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So let's dive into what it can do. Our sources point to 4 key capabilities: natural language processing,
Mm-hmm.
data analysis, decision-making, and then customization.
Yeah.
I know, natural language processing.
Yeah.
Sounds a little jargony, but
Yeah, it does.
basically it's how AI understands and interacts with human language.
Right. Yeah.
So that's how you talk to your smart speaker or things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So what's DeepSeek doing with natural language processing?
Well, so one of the things it does really well is actually language translation. It can translate languages with an incredible level of accuracy, even those subtle nuances that sometimes you miss with, just traditional translation software.
So no more of those awkward literal translations.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully not.
That's a huge win.
Yeah.
Especially anyone working with international teams or trying to reach, a global audience.
Right.
Okay, what about data analysis?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of insights can it pull out of data that we might miss?
So, just think about financial markets.
Okay.
DeepSeek can analyze tons and tons of data. An incredible amount of data.
Yeah.
And it can spot trends and patterns that, could take human analysts days, if not weeks, to uncover.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, it can identify potential investment opportunities and even predict market fluctuations with a level of accuracy that's really, turning heads in the financial world.
So it's almost like having a superpowered financial analyst.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Working around the clock.
Yeah.
Just crunching numbers, spitting out.
Spotting those opportunities that most of us would never see.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
But it's not just about spotting trends. It can also help make decisions.
Right.
Based on that data.
Yeah.
Right.
So think about, let's say you're a business leader and you're trying to decide where to allocate resources.
Mm-hmm.
DeepSeek can analyze data from all sorts of different places, like your sales figures, customer feedback, market trends, all of that to sort of come up with, hey, here's the most strategic and profitable course of action.
So it's like having a data-driven advisor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Helping you make those tough decisions.
Yeah.
Taking some of the guesswork.
Yeah, exactly. Taking that gut feeling out.
Yeah. Okay, I'm starting to see how this could be a real game changer for businesses.
Yeah.
But what about customization? How does that work?
So, one of DeepSeek's big strengths is its ability to kind of be tailored for, specific tasks or industries. So, like, let's say you're a healthcare provider and you're looking for a way to improve patient care.
Okay.
You can customize DeepSeek to analyze patient records,
Oh, wow.
identify potential risk factors,
Interesting.
and even come up with personalized treatment plans.
So it's not just this one-size-fits-all AI.
No, not at all.
It can actually, adapt to fit your needs. That's a huge advantage.
Yeah, definitely.
Over a lot of those other AI systems that are kind of more rigid in their design,
Mm-hmm.
okay, we've seen what it can do,
Right.
but why should you care?
Yeah,
Let's look at how its strengths translate into real benefits for you, the listener.
right.
One of the big things that stands out to me is DeepSeek's accuracy.
Mm.
We all know how frustrating it can be when AI gets things wrong.
Oh, yeah.
But DeepSeek is boasting some serious accuracy levels here.
It is. Yeah, it really is.
So what's the secret sauce?
Well, a lot of it comes down to how it handles data.
Okay.
It's not just about feeding it tons of information.
Mm-hmm.
It's about making sure that data is high quality and that it's relevant.
Oh, okay.
So they use some pretty sophisticated data cleansing techniques to get rid of any errors or inconsistencies.
So it's like having a super picky AI chef.
Yeah.
Who's only using the freshest, most carefully prepared ingredients.
Exactly. Yeah. I like that analogy.
No wonder the output's so good.
Yeah.
But accuracy is only part of the story.
Right.
DeepSeek is also designed to be incredibly scalable.
It is, yeah. And what that means is it can handle, tons and tons of data and complex tasks without, really breaking a sweat.
So it's like having an AI that grows with you,
Exactly. Yeah.
adapting to your needs.
Yeah.
And it never becomes obsolete. Speaking of adapting, another thing that sets DeepSeek apart is its user-friendly interface. Nobody wants to wrestle with clunky software.
Nobody. No, absolutely not. And that's one of the things they did really well. It's very intuitive and it's easy to use. Even if you're not, a tech whiz, you don't need to have a degree in computer science to get value out of this.
That's crucial for wider adoption.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, even the most powerful AI is useless if you don't know how to use it.
Exactly. Yeah. If nobody can figure it out.
It's like having a fancy sports car.
Right.
With 1,000,000 buttons.
Yes.
No instruction manual.
100%.
What's the point?
Yeah, yeah.
And then finally, there's the integration aspect.
Yeah.
DeepSeek is designed to seamlessly integrate with your existing systems.
It is, yeah. You don't have to rip and replace everything you have. You can just kind of plug DeepSeek in and let it do its thing.
So you're just adding a powerful new engine
Exactly.
to your existing infrastructure.
Yeah.
Minimize disruption, maximize utility.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, DeepSeek sounds pretty amazing so far.
It does.
But let's be real.
Yeah.
No system is perfect.
Of course, of course.
What are some of the weaknesses?
Well, one thing to consider is that it can be pretty resource intensive. I mean, all these fancy algorithms, they require a lot of computing power. And that could be an issue for, smaller organizations or individuals who don't have, as many resources.
So that could be a hurdle for some. But I imagine there are workarounds, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, cloud-based solutions are becoming, more and more common, which can help to kind of, mitigate that need for massive in-house infrastructure.
That makes sense. So you don't need to build your own supercomputer.
No, exactly.
You can leverage the power of the cloud.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, what about cost? Is DeepSeek accessible to everyone?
Yeah.
Or is this more of a kind of a high-end enterprise level solution?
Well, it does come with a price tag, that's for sure, which is pretty common with, these high-end AI systems. But I think the thing to keep in mind is you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
So you really have to kind of weigh the cost against the potential return on investment.
So do that cost-benefit analysis.
Exactly.
Make sure it's the right fit.
Yeah.
Okay, so resource intensity and cost. Are there any other downsides we should be aware of?
Well, DeepSeek, like any other AI, is very dependent on the quality of the data it's given. So, if you feed it bad data,
You get bad results?
you're going to get bad results. Garbage in, garbage out, right?
So data quality is key.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't just throw any old data at it
Yeah.
and expect miracles.
No, definitely not.
Okay, so we've got a pretty good handle on its capabilities, strengths, weaknesses.
Right.
But I know what you're thinking.
What am I thinking?
How does it stack up against some of the AI rock stars
Oh, right,
that we hear about all the time? Get ready for the ultimate AI showdown.
I think it's important to keep in mind, right, that every AI system has its own, its own strengths and weaknesses.
Sure, of course.
Right. So the quote unquote best choice is totally dependent on, what you're looking for, what your needs are, what your goals are.
Of course. Yeah, of course. But it's still fun to compare.
It is.
So let's start with ChatGPT,
Okay.
the reigning champion of conversational AI. Everyone and their mother's talking about it.
It seems like it, yeah.
How does DeepSeek measure up?
So, I mean, ChatGPT, it is incredibly versatile, very easy to use. It can generate, different creative text formats like poems, code, scripts, musical pieces. I mean, you name it. But I think where DeepSeek has an edge is in its ability to maintain context over, longer interactions.
Oh, okay.
ChatGPT can sometimes lose the thread, especially in, if you're doing something really complex with multiple steps. DeepSeek can keep track of that a lot better.
So it's like having a conversation partner who remembers what you talked about.
Yeah.
5 minutes ago.
Yes, actually, yeah.
That's a big win.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, Perplexity.
Okay.
This answer engine extraordinaire.
Yeah, it's great.
It's known for its speed and accuracy when it comes to retrieving information. Can DeepSeek compete in that arena?
So Perplexity is amazing at quickly finding and delivering information. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But if you need an AI that can kind of go beyond just providing answers, something that can actually analyze that data and help you make decisions, then DeepSeek might be a better fit.
So it's like comparing a specialized search engine to a more comprehensive research assistant.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it.
One gives you quick answers. The other helps you dive deeper.
Yeah.
And understand the why behind the information.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about Google Gemini.
Okay.
The data analysis powerhouse.
Yes.
How does DeepSeek compare to Google's AI offering?
So, Google Gemini, it's got that deep integration into Google's, whole ecosystem, which is awesome if you're already working within that, that world.
Yeah.
But I think that also kind of is its weakness, right? It can be a bit complex.
Yeah.
DeepSeek, on the other hand, is aiming for that more user-friendly approach.
Right.
While still offering, some really powerful analytical capabilities.
Okay, so Google Gemini is like a high-performance sports car. DeepSeek's more like a luxury SUV.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Powerful but comfortable.
Right. Yeah, for a wider range of users.
For a wider range of users. All right, next contender, Meta AI.
Okay.
The social media guru.
Yeah.
What's it doing?
So Meta AI, it's great at understanding, social media trends, optimizing content for engagement, all of that. But I think, again, its strength is also kind of its weakness. It's really focused on those meta platforms, like Facebook and Instagram. DeepSeek, on the other hand, it's more versatile. You can use it on, different data sources. It's not just kind of locked into that one world.
So if you live and breathe Facebook and Instagram, Meta AI might be your jam.
Yeah.
But for a more general purpose AI, DeepSeek might be the better option. Okay, 2 more to go.
Okay.
Microsoft Copilot, the productivity booster. What's it all about?
So Microsoft Copilot is a fantastic tool, especially if you're deeply embedded in the Microsoft world.
Okay.
Right? it integrates seamlessly with all the Office 365 tools. It makes a lot of your everyday tasks so much easier.
Right.
But, that tight integration also means that it's not as versatile if you step outside of that environment.
Yeah.
So, DeepSeek, while it offers integration, it's not tied to any one specific platform.
Okay.
Which could be a plus for some users.
So it's like having a super efficient personal assistant who's fluent in Microsoft speak versus an AI that can adapt to different languages, I guess you could say, or platforms.
Right.
And last but not least, we have Claude AI. What makes it stand out?
So Claude AI really prioritizes reliable and accurate results, kind of like DeepSeek in a lot of ways. But one thing that Claude AI really pushes is that ethical considerations.
Oh, okay.
Which is not something that DeepSeek highlights as much.
Yeah.
But I think it's safe to say that both of these AI systems are striving for trustworthiness.
It sounds like it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
Before we wrap up this first part of our deep dive into DeepSeek, let's zoom out.
Okay.
Look at some key differences that really set it apart from the rest of the pack.
Yeah, this is where we kind of go beyond just listing the features and start to see the bigger picture.
The source material highlights 4 key differentiators.
Okay.
So versatility versus specialization, integration and ecosystem, user experience, and then finally that approach of being a generalist versus a specialist.
Yeah.
We've touched on some of these, but let's go a bit deeper. First up, versatility versus specialization.
So we've seen how some AIs are, really good at one thing.
Right.
Kind of like specialists.
Right.
And then some are more like generalists. They can handle lots of different tasks.
Yeah.
DeepSeek is definitely more on that versatility side of things.
Right.
It's that comprehensive AI as opposed to a niche tool.
It's like having a Swiss Army knife of AI tools versus a single high-precision instrument.
Exactly.
Next up, integration and ecosystem.
So as I talked about, some systems, they really thrive within specific ecosystems. Like, we mentioned Microsoft Copilot within the Microsoft world. DeepSeek is designed to be more kind of adaptable. It can integrate with a lot of different systems, different platforms.
So it's less about being tied to a particular, I guess, tribe and more about being able to collaborate with different groups.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Now let's talk about user experience.
This is a big one. This is one that is often overlooked, but it's really important if you want widespread adoption. Because if a system is too complex or too difficult to use, people aren't going to use it.
Right.
It doesn't matter how powerful it is.
It's got to be easy.
It's got to be easy.
It's got to be intuitive.
DeepSeek aims for that intuitive and an accessible user interface
Right.
so that it can be used by a wider range of people.
Exactly, because even the most powerful AI is useless if you don't know how to use it.
Exactly.
And then finally, that generalist versus specialist approach,
Right.
which I think kind of plays into a lot of these other points.
Yeah, definitely.
So we talked about how some systems are designed to be experts,
Yeah.
very specific areas,
Mhm.
and others are aiming to be more versatile,
Right.
handle a wider range of tasks.
Yeah.
DeepSeek is definitely aiming to be that more versatile
Yes,
one.
and it's like choosing between a specialized surgeon
Mhm.
and a general practitioner.
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes you need that deep expertise, but other times you need someone who can provide like a more holistic view.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so the choice really depends on your needs
It does. Yeah.
and your goals.
Absolutely.
Well, that's a wrap for part 1
It is. We did it.
of our deep dive into DeepSeek. We've covered a lot of ground, but we've only just scratched the surface. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll delve deeper into DeepSeek's surprising accuracy levels
It is surprising.
and discuss the potential implications of this technology for you
Right.
and the world around us.
Yeah, the future.
You in part 2.
See you then. Welcome back, deep divers. Ready to explore some more about DeepSeek?
Absolutely. In the last part, we talked about DeepSeek's strengths, like its accuracy, but I'm curious to learn more about just how accurate it really is.
That's one of the things that sets DeepSeek apart. It's consistently exceeding expectations when it comes to accuracy, even in complex tasks.
So spill the beans. What's the secret behind these impressive results?
Well, it's not magic, though it might seem that way. One key factor is DeepSeek's focus on data quality. It's not just about feeding it mountains of data. It's about making sure the data is clean, accurate, and relevant.
So it's like a gourmet chef who insists on using only the finest ingredients, garbage in, garbage out, as they say.
Exactly. DeepSeek uses some really advanced data cleansing and validation techniques to weed out errors and inconsistencies, which is a crucial step that a lot of other systems overlook.
That makes a lot of sense. It's not just about quantity, it's about quality, but data is only part of the equation, right? What about the algorithms themselves?
That's the other piece of the puzzle. DeepSeek utilizes some cutting-edge machine learning algorithms that are constantly being refined and improved. These algorithms are designed to learn and adapt from new data, which means DeepSeek is constantly getting smarter and more accurate over time.
So it's like having an AI that's always learning and evolving, kind of like a student who's constantly studying and getting better at their craft. That's pretty impressive. But let's get down to brass tacks. What does this mean for you, the listener? How can DeepSeek's accuracy impact your work or life?
That's the million-dollar question. Let's take a real-world example. Imagine you're a doctor using an AI system to help diagnose patients.
Okay, I'm following.
A highly accurate system like DeepSeek could potentially pick up on subtle patterns in medical data that human doctors might miss, leading to earlier and more accurate diagnoses.
Wow, that could be life-changing. Early detection is so crucial for successful treatment.
Absolutely. Or consider a financial analyst using DeepSeek to identify investment opportunities. The system's accuracy in analyzing market trends and predicting future performance could lead to more informed and potentially more profitable decisions.
So it's not just about automating tasks. It's about making better decisions that can have a real impact. That's what gets me excited about AI, the potential to solve problems and improve lives.
Exactly. And as DeepSeek's accuracy continues to improve, the possibilities are really endless.
Okay, so DeepSeek is accurate, versatile, and powerful. But it's still an AI system, and AI has its own set of challenges and considerations.
That's an important point. We need to be realistic and approach AI with a critical eye, even with a system as promising as DeepSeek.
One of the big questions that comes up is the impact on jobs. Are AI systems like DeepSeek going to replace human workers? I think a lot of people are worried about that.
It's a valid concern, for sure, but it's not necessarily a zero-sum game where AI takes over and humans are left out in the cold.
So it's not as simple as robots replacing humans.
Right. AI can automate certain tasks, but it also has the potential to create new jobs and opportunities. Think of it more as a shift in the types of jobs that will be in demand.
Okay, so instead of fearing AI, we should be thinking about how we can work with it to create a better future, kind of like a partnership.
Exactly. AI can handle repetitive, data-heavy tasks much more efficiently than humans. This frees up human workers to focus on tasks that require creativity, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence skills that AI is still far from mastering.
So it's about humans and AI working together, each playing to their strengths. That makes a lot of sense. It's like a team where each member brings their unique skills to the table. But how do we prepare for this future where humans and AI are working side by side? It seems like a pretty big shift.
It is a big shift, and it requires us to be proactive and adaptable. We need to focus on developing skills that complement AI rather than try to compete with it in areas where it excels.
So things like creativity, critical thinking, problem solving, and emotional intelligence will become even more important.
Absolutely. Those are the skills that will set humans apart in the age of AI. It's about finding those areas where human ingenuity and intuition can't be replaced by algorithms.
I like that focusing on what makes us uniquely human. It's not about becoming robots. It's about leveraging AI to enhance our human capabilities.
Exactly. And this collaboration between humans and AI is likely to become increasingly common in the future. In fact, some experts believe that the most successful organizations will be those that embrace this hybrid approach, leveraging the best of both worlds.
So it's not about fearing AI or trying to resist its inevitable rise. It's about figuring out how to work with it to create a better future for everyone.
Well said. And that's what makes this whole conversation about AI so fascinating. It's not just about technology. It's about how we, as humans, choose to use that technology to shape the world around us.
All right, deep divers, we've covered a lot of ground in this part of our DeepSeek exploration, from its impressive accuracy to the potential impact on the job market and the importance of human AI collaboration.
In the final part of this deep dive, we'll shift our focus to the future, exploring how DeepSeek and other AI systems might shape the world in the years to come.
Stay tuned, deep divers. The adventure continues in part 3.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into DeepSeek. We've explored its capabilities, strengths, weaknesses, and seen how it stacks up against the competition. But now, let's shift gears and look ahead.
Yeah, we've talked about where DeepSeek is now. But what about the future? What might AI systems like this look like down the road?
Exactly. AI isn't some, far-off futuristic concept anymore. It's
Right.
very much a force that's shaping our world right now.
And it's changing so rapidly, so understanding where it might be going is really crucial.
Absolutely. So where do we even begin? The possibilities with AI, they just seem endless
They do.
and honestly a bit overwhelming.
It can be a lot to take in, but I think if we break it down a bit, our sources point to some key trends and predictions about how, AI systems like DeepSeek might evolve.
Okay, so let's put on our futurist hats here. What might DeepSeek look like 5, 10, 20 years down the line? Well, one prediction that really stood out to me is this idea of increasing specialization.
Okay.
So right now, DeepSeek is this kind of all-in-one solution, pretty versatile, it does a lot. But in the future, we might see it branching out into more specific domains.
So instead of one DeepSeek to rule them all,
Right.
we might have DeepSeek for healthcare.
Yeah, exactly. DeepSeek for finance, for creative writing. I mean, you name it.
Oh, wow.
Because, as AI gets even more advanced, it's going to be harder and harder for one system to be like truly an expert at everything.
Right, right.
But by focusing on specific areas, AI can really leverage the data and the algorithms that are specific to that domain to achieve, even better accuracy, better performance.
It's like the difference between a general practitioner and a specialized doctor. Sometimes you need that very niche expertise.
Exactly. And I think this trend is going to have a huge impact on how AI is used in different industries. Well, we can expect to see AI systems becoming even more tightly integrated with, very specific workflows. So they'll be augmenting human expertise, driving innovation.
So it's not about AI taking over jobs completely. It's more about creating these new, highly specialized roles.
Yeah, exactly. Roles that require, deep understanding of both the field and the AI.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, another prediction that I found really interesting is this idea of AI becoming more accessible.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Right now, DeepSeek is mostly geared towards, businesses and organizations.
Yep.
But it seems like in the future, we might see these more user-friendly, more affordable versions.
Absolutely. So it won't be this kind of exclusive technology. It'll be something that anyone can use.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it really is. Imagine having your own personalized DeepSeek assistant, helping you manage your finances, schedule appointments, even like recommending things to learn.
It's like having a super efficient personal assistant who just gets you.
Yeah. Knows what you need before you even know you need it.
And is always learning.
Constantly learning and adapting.
Yeah, wow. That's amazing. But, as AI gets more powerful, more specialized, more accessible, we have to talk about the potential downsides.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there are risks, right? What if AI gets misused? What if it, becomes uncontrollable? These are questions we really have to grapple with.
It's like giving someone a really powerful tool.
Mm-hmm.
You got to make sure they know how to use it safely
Okay.
and ethically.
Exactly. And that's why having these conversations about AI is so important. And these conversations need to include, everyone, not just the tech experts or the policymakers, but, everyday people.
Right, because AI is going to impact all of us.
It will, yeah.
So we should all have a say in how it's developed.
Absolutely. We need to think critically about how we design and implement these AI systems, making sure they align with, our values or priorities.
So it's not just about building cool tech. It's about building tech that actually serves humanity.
That's the goal, right? To make the world a better place.
Well, that's a great note to end on.
Yeah.
As we wrap up this deep dive into DeepSeek, I want to encourage everyone to, to think beyond just the technical capabilities. Really consider the ethical and societal implications.
Yeah, how can we shape the future of this incredibly powerful technology?
The future of AI isn't set in stone. It's being created right now, and we all have a part to play in that. So stay curious, stay informed, and keep exploring this amazing world of AI. This is The Deep Dive, signing off. Until next time, keep diving deep.